Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fourth Down Fiasco, your go-to podcast for all things football, especially Raiders Tirol football. Gentlemen, how are we feeling today?
I am absolutely shocked.
Jazzed.
Jazzed. All the positive emotions. If you told me that the final score of the Frankfurt Galaxy Raiders Tirol game was 61-41, I would have been like, hey, the Raiders scored 41. That's pretty good. But no, they scored 61 and gave up 41.
What a
Something
win.
I don't think anyone expected. Not even
Very
probably the CEO of the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Or probably Tirol themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially with how stout that Frankfurt defense has been this year, the fact that the highest scoring team against that Frankfurt defense is now Raiders Tirol.
Highest scoring team in the EFA.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
points in the game are the Raiders Tirol. But like just the wild roller coaster ride of the Tyrol week. Krajewski goes on IR. They bring in what's his first name?
Allen.
Allen.
Kenyatta Allen.
Kenyatta Allen. Yeah. Kenyatta Allen from the AFLE, or not the AFLE, the AFL squad, who went 0-10 in that league, by the way. The Raiders Tirol also were winless in the other league in their second team. Bring him in like 2 days before the game. At least he knows the system. Then to go out and not have an incomplete pass until the fourth quarter on 31 attempts. 30 of 31, 408 yards, 3 touchdowns, with the long of 78 and 1 sack.
That's disgusting.
That is good.
And let's not forget, he also had a touchdown on the ground too. So he had 4 total touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 total touchdowns. I was just passing. And then what do you have? Like he had 15 yards.
He only had 15 yards, but he did have a touchdown as well on the ground. So absolutely monstrous day. Welcome to the league, Kenyatta Allen.
Yeah. I think he was just spamming that Aaron Jackson button, you know, nine catches for 160 yards.
Yeah, longest one being 78. I mean, you know, Aaron Jackson is just blazing fast. And so, I mean, if there's going to be someone you spam it to, dude, all goes all the time. That's that's my view on Aaron Jackson. All goes all the time.
Yeah, I want to see Aaron Jackson with like, you know, like a Clark or a Holmes, or even bring back Hennessy. Like, I just want to know the numbers Jackson could put up with a top quarterback.
Well, we don't even need to see it because Kenyatta Allen is officially the best quarterback in the EFA. So, step aside, Jadrian Clark. It's no longer you, my guy. It is now my boy Kenyatta Allen.
It wasn't even really spamming the Aaron Jackson button because he threw to 10 different receivers as well. So it's like he did spread the ball around. I mean, he just had a phenomenal debut.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But look at like the longs on all those receivers as well. 78, 41, 28, 20, 11, 17. It's like, what is that?
Yeah, that's some ethical
8 of them had longs of over 10 yards.
Yeah, that is ethical football, as our boy Tanner says. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things of like, the weird thing again is we've talked so much about how this Frankfurt defense is definitely the better side of the ball for this Frankfurt team. The Frankfurt defense has been very stout, you know, up until this game, and just I have no idea what happened. I'm going to be completely honest because, you know, I had to move this weekend. So I wasn't able to actually catch any of these games in real time. And I see a text while I'm on the road at, 7 a.m. from Danny talking about how Raiders Tirol is up. It was like 41-20 at one point.
Something like that.
And I was like, I saw the text come in while I was driving. I was like, well, shit, I can't look at that. But, Siri tells me what you say, and I'm just like, now I want to check. But I couldn't because I was, one, driving, and 2, in the middle of Wyoming. So I had, like, barely any reception. But, yeah, what happened? How did we get here? Why did Frankfurt suck so much in this game defensively? I just don't understand.
we've been talking about the Raiders need to get their running game going. What did they do to their O-line? Like I didn't pay attention to like transactions this week, so I don't know if the Raiders just revamped their O-line. I didn't see anything, so I don't think they did.
I thought they got an extra import on the line, didn't they?
I don't know. We'll look it up in a second. But it's like still, one dude shouldn't let you have 216 yards on the ground.
Hey, look, so sometimes one big boy can make a big difference. If
Flowers to Bonatti, 117, 2 tutties, and the breakaway for the 60-yarder, 16.4 average. That one dude doesn't make your average go up to 16.4. Oh.
Hey, look, man, we might be looking at the next best team in the EFA. Hey, all it took was a little extra import action. All
Literally.
I'm saying is we three on this pod had that idea, and it seems to be working out.
It's all us. No one else.
It's all us. Just put us in charge. It's what we've been saying for a while. Just put us in charge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the Raiders Tirol Instagram real quick just to see if they're signing things, because on EFPR, I forget how often he updates it when it actually is a new player.
They're just new for the entire season, so it could have been week 1.
Okay. But all of the imports are listed as new, so I'm gonna just go look real quick and see if they had any.
Bro, did they just completely swap out their O-line? That would be wild if they did.
No, they did not, but I can tell you that. We would have seen that if they
that would have made way bigger.
Here's 7 released players.
Yeah, that would have made way bigger league news for sure.
Mm-hmm. Prague signed a new running back. Ravens signed Walrand. Ravens also signed Richard Ayukum, an EDB. The Ravens DB room just got a lot more dangerous.
The rich keep getting richer, bro.
That's just not even fair.
No, it's not.
Nordic signed Wilfred Penny. W import for the D line. Yeah, no, the Raiders didn't do anything besides sign Allen.
Hey, look, whatever Coke they had them take before the game, that really got them amped up, whatever bath salts their O-line was on, look, they was out there snatching souls and eating faces, bro. This shit was crazy.
Was Krajewski just holding on to the ball too long? Was that the issue?
was Krajewski the problem?
Is Krajewski the issue?
No, I have seen Krajewski running for his life, so I'm not gonna put that on him.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of those games when we were looking at them where we would see Krajewski drop back in the pocket and get sacked immediately. It wasn't there wasn't a lot of counterplay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But what's absolutely wild is at the end of the first quarter, the game was 12-7.
Yeah, the only signing was Kenyatta Allen. That's crazy.
49 points in 3 quarters of play.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is what they really needed in Innsbruck was a black quarterback. I'm just assuming that he's black with the name Kenyatta.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a white dude.
Okay, I do want to be fair for Kenyatta. If you're listening, I am also black. Okay, I can say that on this pod, Danny and Tanner. I can.
Just out of context.
Before he's like, "Who's this white ass podcaster?" Telling, no, I'm light skinned, brother. Okay, I'm light skinned. I look mad Puerto Rican on the broadcast if you're watching. So, but nah, this was an exciting one. I'm glad that we can officially say there will not be a single winless team in the EFA, which is huge, especially given what happened last year in the ELF.
What is absolutely wild is somehow the Raiders' playoff percentage jumped to like 45% after one win.
Well, because the rest of their schedule...
the rest of their schedule is like... If they play like that,
right?
Easy. Because they play Prague in 2 weeks, and then they play Paris, who... We'll get to Paris, but Paris
downward tailspin right now.
They are drowning fast.
Yeah.
Well, because there's only 2 more weeks left, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 more weeks. So if they win both, they're in the playoffs.
That is what. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm here
Doesn't
for it.
matter how you
I hope
start,
it
it's how you
happens.
finish.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it happens. Yeah, yeah. I want a real good finish from
Oh,
Raiders Tirol.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you do.
yeah. A very loud, thick finish. You know.
Arg.
Oh man. Well, you already kind of alluded to it, so I feel like we do need to chat about it because Raiders Tirol is very much so alive right now because of this performance, which is baffling. We thought that they were dead to rights, and here they are in the playoff mix somehow, some way. And that Prague game will be especially interesting, but the game that really is going to be the make or break for them is going to be that Paris game because they can make it out of the Prague game alive, win that one. Hey, dude, Paris there's blood in the water with them. Um, they just had their game against the Nordic Storm, lost 41-3. Offensive line was atrocious, and it seems like there's no end in sight for this Paris Musketeers team,
Yeah, they are falling and falling fast. The
Yes.
free fall they have is absurd.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most interesting thing that can happen for the last 2 weeks is Frankfurt and Paris losing in week 12, which they're probably going to because they play Nordic and Munich, respectively.
Yeah.
And then Tirol winning, so they go up to 2-7, and Prague goes to 2-7. So then the final week,
3-6, yeah.
because then the final week, like Munich and Nordic are playing for the 1 seed, and then Frankfurt and Prague, whoever wins that game is going to get 1 playoff spot, and then Paris and Raiders, whoever wins that game is going to get the other playoff spot.
Wrong. If the Raiders win and Prague win, or if the Raiders lose and Prague wins, Prague's in the playoffs. If the Raiders win, it doesn't matter what Prague does.
Well, no, I'm talking about wouldn't Raiders knock Paris out? And
Frankfurt would have the tiebreaker over Prague.
so it doesn't. So if Prague loses in week 12, then they're eliminated just straight up.
Prague, yeah, or no, yeah. If Prague loses one game, they're basically out. They need to win out.
It's going to be the same for Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so week 12 is going to determine.
Ooh, that's going to be fun when we get to that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a real good time.
So, but Prague would still need the Raiders to beat the Musketeers next week as well. Because the Prague point differential is negative 160, where Paris is only minus 83.
I see. Oh, because it goes down to point differential, huh?
Yeah, so it would go all the way down to the tiebreaker of number 5 if they all finished at like 3 and whatever.
Yeah.
Or 4 and.
So Prague needs to have 4 wins because they're going to have the worst tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Prague needs to win out to have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, those big blowouts earlier did not help them. That's crazy. No. Paris is now at a minus 83 point differential now. It's crazy.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
No, it'll be good though. I mean, what it looks like now though is Frankfurt and Paris aren't both making it. It looks like one of them is going to lose their spot to either Tirol or Prague.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
What would be wild? Well, I guess we can't. I was going to say, I guess there isn't a world where both Tirol and Prague can both be in because one of them is going to knock out the other 2 weeks.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
There is what is it? Let me go to EPFR simulator. Here we can.
I mean, there is technically a way. I mean, Tirol could win, and then in week 13, like.
Here, hold on.
Prague would need to win by like 50 points or something, you know.
If you are on Spotify, watch the video because I'm about to share my screen. Because thanks to our best friends here at EPFR.
Hey, shout out to boy Oliver.
Yeah, literally. He decided to, build a simulator of what the potential outcomes could be. And you can hover over and it'll show you the tiebreakers. So, obviously, Frankfurt's going to or Nordic's probably going to win like 45-20. Who's winning? Prague or Raiders? We'll say same thing here, 45. 20 for that. Doesn't matter. Prague or Raiders, final score.
Give me the Raiders 31-24, just for the sake of the simulation.
Okay, so after that week, the Raiders would jump up into the 5th spot, still out of the playoffs. However, the Raiders and Paris play each other, which would finish here with this point differential. So, say Raiders won 30-27, they would jump up into the 4 seed. Even if Prague wins 60-5, they're still out of the playoffs.
Okay.
It would if Prague won big, it would help with the point differential of that 3-4 seed
Gotcha.
with the differential, and then whoever wins this game gets the 1 seed. But let's swap this and see how Prague can make the playoffs. So yeah, if Prague wins out, they could get the 3 seed. But if Paris wins, they get the 4 seed. What happens if the Galaxy win? So, yeah,
playoffs we were looking at, yeah. So it's technically possible for Prague and Tirol to both make it. Prague would just need to win by like 50 points each week, which isn't going to happen.
I think cap score at 35 points, so they're kind of both screwed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think, unless it was like 35-0. So if they lose, let me go 35-0. Where is that? Oh,
you need Tirol to win week 12 and then Prague to win week 13. And the point differential is still too high, so it can't happen.
Yeah, that minus 180 to start is brutal.
Yeah, it's not going to happen regardless.
Yeah, but I know we went through that quick for everyone, if anyone's watching or listening, but there's a way. There could be a lot of this 3-4 battle is going to get wild in the next 2 weeks, or I guess 3 weeks with the bye week.
We're going to get some damn good football in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, but so yeah, as of week 10, Frankfurt has a 69% chance to make it. Paris has a 49, Raiders 42, Prague 39.
So the simulator is pretty dead set on Prague is going to lose to Raiders Tirol in 2 weeks. Is kind of the idea behind it.
Yeah, but absolutely wild. The playoff chances after week 9 simulated for Tyrol was 0.2%.
Hey, I ain't hear no bell.
No, you're telling me there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance. That would be incredible. I'd love the shit out of that, just for them to get the back.
Especially with how close the Raiders have been making the playoffs since we've been covering the league.
Sure.
Yeah, they're always the first team out. This is the year they make it. Would be so funny.
Would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, we briefly covered the 41-3 Nordic Paris affair. Munich dismantles Prague 48-12. Do we really even need to go over that game?
What words do we have on Paris?
I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit. It does not look good. It does not look good out in Paris, man.
What do you do in Paris? You go scoreless through 3 quarters. You score a field goal with 12 minutes left in the game, and then you follow it up with an 85-yard kickoff return.
I know that the social media team is just doing their job, but whenever you're getting your back blown out like that after 3 quarters and you post the kicker and you're bragging about the kicker nailing it was like a 50-yard field. It was a great kick. It was a great kick. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was like, read the room. What are we doing?
But Edwards 11 of 27.
That he was sacked 8 times. He was running for his life.
No, he was sacked 8 times. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah,
the completion percentage on the season, it's only 54%. That's atrocious.
It is. I mean,
Those first 2 weeks for Paris, man, they were real good. You know, those first few
but
weeks.
we were saying it was the top two, Paris and everybody else.
Yeah.
Now Paris is probably not going to make it, which is crazy. A lot of it's just the same takeaways we always have. I mean, it's just a brutal situation for Paris. They're just so far behind Nordic and Munich, and Nordic put up video game numbers again. You know, I mean, Jadrian had 5 touchdowns randomly, just for the hell of it, just because he can. Bo had 231 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Jesus.
Yeah, talk about
yards.
Talk about spamming a button. The second leading receiver was the running back.
Yeah, we all need to apologize to
Kenyatta
for saying he was spamming the Action Jackson button. Look at what Clark's been doing this whole season, man. He's been like,
doing? Yeah. What does that put?
I mean, why would he not do it? Why, you know?
What does that put Bo at for the season?
Probably
1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. Guess who's in second?
It's a shame, Jordan, that the MVP article is kind of redundant this year because we already know who the MVP is and we already know who Offensive Player of the Year is.
Yeah, but he's not writing an MVP or an OP.
I'm writing an Unsung of the Year article because that means more in this league.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes sense. I don't know. Second place is probably Willie P. What you said? Bo is at 1,200 yards.
I'm going to say Willie P's at 600 or 700.
700.
701 with 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
Hugo Tekkedim is closest with 7 touchdowns, but he only has 584 yards.
What's the difference?
Yeah, dude, Bo's in a whole different league right now.
How many more catches?
Bolio has 70. Patterson's in second with 59, so only 11.
How old is Bo? Do you know?
No, let's Google Brandon Bolio. Let's
because I'm curious, like if he's on the earlier half of his 20s, that means that he's just gonna continue to get better.
He's 27.
27. Okay. So he's about in his prime right now. Okay. Because I was gonna say, dude, if he's like 23 doing this, I'm like he might actually get a call from the CFL, maybe even
played in the CFL.
Okay.
And the ELF.
I knew he played in the ELF.
No, but he went to Bemidji State University. Bemidji.
Bemidji, yeah.
Bemidji University. The BSU Beavers.
The Beavers.
I've not heard of that school. Is that D2? D3?
Yeah, D2.
D2? Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Bemidji.
But no, yeah, Bo is just on a freaking tear. And I'm going to say it again. I wish we had a combined league just to see how, like, I just.
I know.
Maybe next year. Maybe.
Probably not,
but maybe.
Trying to see.
But it's just stupid. It's like somehow Nordic's not even the number 1 team in the league, but you have a quarterback that has 1,000 yards more than number 2. Running back is double over the second person in the EAF or EFA with rushing yards is Jalen Henderson, a quarterback. But Tunga still has double. Then there's Bo that has almost double the receiving yards.
Munich's good.
Munich's good, bro.
Speaking of Munich, I mean, the other game, there's not much to take away. Munich was dominant. Tabor had to throw the ball 21 times, and that's it. Yeah. He had 2 incompletions. One of them was an interception. So pretty much perfect. 252, 4 touchdowns. They didn't run the ball at all, it looks like. Oh, well, they ran the ball a little bit. But they didn't have to run the ball much, and Prague just couldn't ever catch up. And
we saw this last year with Prague. They go on a little winning streak. Everyone gets really excited. Then they roll into the number 1 team's house.
Yeah. They just destroyed.
And I don't think they actually rolled into this house. They were in Prague. So the number 1 team comes to town. But and then you see where Prague really stands, or the difference of the leagues. Like, so we can't bash Prague, but continue what you're saying.
Let me ask y'all this, because we're talking. talking about the combined leagues, Danny, I know that you mentioned we got a little DM the other day from one of the quarterbacks from one of the leagues. Not going to say who because we don't like to just air out laundry, but kind of questioning or asking how we felt about essentially the European version of the transfer portal of like Chad Walrond going from the AFLE to the EFA and Lucky going from the AFLE to the EFA. Like, how do we feel about it?
And Penny doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me pull up the basically exact message. It says basically about poaching, Wild West of college football. No wrong answers.
Yeah, my thoughts on it is, bro, go wherever the best opportunity is. I am always so pro player in that if the best opportunity is for you to switch from EFA to AFLE, so be it. You're getting a fat check from Vroslav and you wasn't getting no money in Prague, word, I'm about it. Or if it's on the flip side of, hey, man, it's the same money, but I want to be in a slightly more competitive league going from the AFLE to the EFA, so be it. Hey, I'm going to get more playing time, cool. I'm going to go from, Chad Walrond's situation of which team was he on in the AFLE?
I was literally just checking it. I believe Alpine.
Yeah, I believe he was on the Rams, and now he's on the Munich Ravens. So yeah, I would also make that jump personally.
Yeah, he was on the Rams. Yeah, he went from being one of the worst teams in Europe to one of the best teams in Europe.
Yeah. And until there's actual financial stability for the players and they can trust having being in the same place and doing what they want to do, them switching teams for a better situation, it's not the same as like, oh, you were a Baltimore Raven, then you went to go become a Cincinnati Bengal and you betrayed the fan base, blah, blah, blah. Like that's in the NFL, you're getting taken care of no matter where you're going. Maybe your team has some weird things where they don't have like a certain nice amenity that the other team has.
Daycare for your kids. My bad.
Something like that, like, but at the end of the day, like your contract is mostly guaranteed. Your medical staff is mostly top tier, like all of those things. Like in these leagues, like we're just not there yet. And we're probably pretty far away from being there. So if you're in Alpine and the situation looks grim and you're not sure if you're going to get paid and you're not sure if the team's going to be there next year, well, the Munich Ravens are probably going to pay you and they're probably going to be playing football next year.
Yep.
That's why we saw so many people join up with Vienna over the last offseason. We're saying, oh, well, with the split leagues, maybe people jump ship to Tirol. Well, Vienna's been stable and Vienna hasn't had any issues, and Vienna pays their players. So
that sounds like a knock on Tirol. I just want to.
Well, yeah.
Probably a comment. We're not saying Tirol is like an Alpine. We know Tirol.
No. Tirol does well as well. Yeah. I'm just saying
Tirol will be playing football next year.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is like we thought that people were going to jump from Vienna because they were going to a different league, but nobody jumped from Vienna because Vienna has the backing to show that they're stable and they're going to pay their guys. Yeah. Now, other teams in the AFLE haven't proven that, so that's why you're going to see people leaving from those teams.
And not even just leaving, teams are just cutting players. Like if you go into their website and you can just see Alpine and Paris have just done a fire sale. They have released half of their roster, and we've heard some visa stuff issues with certain things, but that's another thing. Like Europe is just weird. Some management groups are just bad. We've seen it throughout the ELF. Like Leipzig, the Mercenaries, Cologne, Berlin. It's like
Istanbul.
It happens. And I believe it was Jamal or maybe Matt. They called European football the Wild West. Like it is just a free for all. It is you go where you can play football. These guys aren't making millions of dollars. They're making $3,000 at most for imports a month.
Yeah.
And it's they want
to go play. They're doing
it's like they just want to go play football. And if someone calls and they're good, they're going.
Yeah.
It's like you can't blame a dude. Like especially when the A is like, I don't want to go back to America to get a real job. Like I don't want to go work a 9 to 5. Let me go play football in Europe and travel for my mid-20s.
Hell yeah, dude. And get some free healthcare while I'm at it,
Literally. And it's like, might as well go wherever you can get playing time. It's like,
Exactly.
because
Hey, look,
it is the Wild
if
West.
you get injured out in Europe, at least you know you are covered in terms of the medical.
That's
You'd
true.
hope so, at least, unless your
Yeah.
team forgot to give you health insurance.
Oh no, brother, you don't need no health
You don't
insurance.
need health insurance. You just
Yeah,
walk.
you just
You
walk
break your
right
leg,
on
you
into
walk
the
into a
hospital.
hospital. Yeah.
You're because whenever I was out in Italy, I had to get some medical stuff for Sarah one of the days, and I was so confused because I got like ointment and gauze and like all this other stuff, and I was waiting for that bill to be big, and they're like €3, and
Yeah.
it was really it was literally just a convenience fee. It was
Yeah.
just for the pharmacist's time.
If I ever break my leg, I'm just gonna go like
Fly to
book a
Europe.
flight to Europe and be like, "Fuck, I fell in the airport."
Yep. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
I mean, whenever I went to Montreal last year, the people at the airport, there was like a group of people who thought I was essentially doing that because I tore my hamstring the day before we went to Europe, or I went to Montreal. I mean, and yeah, we were at the airport. Like people were like I could hear like people like families being like, I think he's gonna like try and get surgery here because I was limping around the airport, and I was like, no, I'm okay, but. It was tempting to go get treatment. I love
well,
it.
yeah, because it would have been free.
But back on subject, we were talking about who were we talking about? We were talking. Oh yeah, the Wild West. Just
Yeah.
Go do you. You do you, dog. I mean, there's no promise of tomorrow in these leagues.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, if you're like, hey, whatever it is that attracts you to a place, I say go. If you're looking at it and you're saying, hey, there's more pay here, go get it done. Hey, we're going to go win with this team, go get it done. Hey, this area has better food. Fuck it. Do it. Who cares? You have one life to live. You only get to play football for so long, and out here, do whatever makes you happiest.
Yeah, and I can only imagine the AFLE was throwing bags at people. We've heard rumors in the offseason who we've never been able to verify if that was true or not. But it's like, go get paid. Who cares? None of the fans care.
Yeah,
it's like I love Clark, Tunga, and Bo on the Nordic Storm, but if Clark was like, hey, I'm gonna go get paid a lot more playing in London, good for him. That sucks though. It's like cool. Go enjoy it.
And you know what? At the end of the day, the people who cheer for Clark and Tunga just because they're Clark and Tunga will continue to cheer for Clark and Tunga. And the people who cheer for the Nordic Storm just for the Nordic Storm will continue to cheer for just the Nordic Storm. Like it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's European football.
It is European football. Well, I don't know how much of that conversation we have left, so I would like to jump into our awards because we've got some interesting ones from this past week. Tanner, you're the one who actually sent us the awards, so I'm gonna kind of toss this over to you. I figure we start with unsung. We can get to big dog after, but unsung. Tanner, who do you have, my friend?
Let me go look at the message.
Oh,
and I will tell you.
My bad.
Did it involve a little bit of luck?
It did involve a little bit of luck.
Yes, it did. Sorry, it's been a long day for me.
No, you're okay. Yeah, your place of work got flooded. It's fine.
You're fine.
How do you pronounce Lucky's last name? Is it Ogabevian?
That's why you're doing it, not me.
Oh, none of you guys know how to do it either.
Oh well, I need to see his actual last name.
It's
in front of
OGBEVYON.
Hold on, Lucky OGB. I'm gonna go Ogbevon.
Perfect. So yeah, Lucky. He there's the theme for our award winners this week is guys come into a new situation and immediately making an impact. And that's exactly what Lucky did. He had 2.5 sacks, 2.5 of the 8 sacks that Paris took this week. It's his first game playing for Nordic, 2.5 sacks, had 6 total tackles. Super strong game. Part of the reason why the Paris Musketeers had such a bad day. And yeah, he led the team in sacks on his first day in the office. Like that doesn't happen very often for teams. So Shout out him.
And
Also
yeah,
on a super stacked Nordic team too, to be the guy you step in right away and you have the most production on, numbers wise from everybody else on the roster. Your first day there, when you are arguably one of the best defenses in the league, like it's really impressive.
We're talking about like the rich getting richer. The Nordic just got Lucky and Wilfred Penny, who Wilfred Penny is French, but played at Virginia Tech.
I was about to say, and as a dog.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we were worried about the Nordic D line being their weak point. They have no weak point now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're the leading tackles of the league. 3 of 5 of them are Nordic Storm.
Well, and it's just like with Munich. Munich's also gotten richer with Chad Wall and
these like I want them to go like all out week 13, but I know they won't because they're gonna play each other in 2 weeks anyways.
Yeah, it's not like it really matters the 1 and 2 seed.
Yeah.
They're both going to beat up on the 3 and the 4, whoever it is that's in front of them, and then they're just going to face each other in the championship game.
Or we get the Tirol upset in the Big Four matchup.
That would be wild.
That would be.
Dude.
I would name my firstborn Tirol if they did that.
Or why not Kenyatta if you threw like 6 touchdowns?
Just in case I have a girl.
Oh, Kenyatta Yeti.
Kenyatta Yeti. No, it'd be Kenyatta.
But yeah, Nordic went from 0 imports on their D line to an E and a W in the last week.
Yeah, good grief. Yeah,
good job, Christian Gildsig.
Well, back to the topic though. Yeah, our boy Lucky. You as a dog out there, you deserve the unsung, beautiful performance. Speaking of dogs, we got to talk about the Big Dog Award, which goes to none other than Tanner.
Kenyatta Allen.
Kenyatta Allen!
Yada, 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 yada.
Yada, 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 yada. Oh, no. Did we just have a new vocal stem now when we talk about him?
Well, we already talked about why he's winning this award. I mean, he had 1 incompletion the entire game. He went 30
which was an
31.
interception. Fun fact.
No. Or on the stat sheet, it doesn't say it was interception.
I think he had 1 pick, unless maybe
he only had 1 incompleted pass.
Maybe
I think the backup had a pick.
Yeah, the backup had a pick, but Kenyatta didn't have an incomplete pass until like a bubble screen just sailed over the dude's head. Like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes after the announcer was like, "He is yet to have an incomplete pass," and I was like,
"See, that's the damn announcement."
Come on, commentators, you know that. It's all sports. You never. It's like a perfect game. You don't mention that it's a perfect game. You don't mention that it's perfect. You don't mention it.
Yeah,
they can hear you mentally.
Number 1 rule about Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Come on,
literally.
But still, your first day in the office, you throw 1 incompletion on 31 attempts, go for over 400 yards, have 4 total touchdowns. I mean, can't ask for a better first day on the job.
And to take a winless team to a victory over the
like
third best defense in the league.
10 different people. Like it wasn't just like check.
Oh yeah, it was ethical hoops.
Yeah, like he just balled. And I will say, Garber. Like we'll go back to the game for a second. But he didn't have a bad day. 19 to 27, 345 yards and 4 touchdowns himself.
He did have 2 picks.
Did have 2 picks. But
did have 2 picks.
Yeah. Dog.
1
dog.
Absolutely deserves it. And then of course the dreaded Fiasco Award this week. And we really had to mill around for this one. There's a couple of different choices, but I think allowing 8 sacks is deserving of this. It's going to the entire Paris O-line.
For the second time in Mr. Fiasco history.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, we did that. That was like our first one ever, right? Wasn't our first one ever?
Won last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not like it at all.
No, and they're not going to like this one, but you gave up 8 sacks. Zach was out there running for his life. Granted, he also had some inaccurate throws on his own, but he still 8 sacks is bad.
We could bad. We're never gonna do it, but we did it once, but we're never gonna do it again. kind of the whole team deserved it. But when you give up 8 sacks.
Yeah. So, yeah, just a bad performance. But so that's the awards for this week. There are no games this upcoming weekend. It is a league-wide bye. Are there AFLE games this upcoming week? I'm sure there probably are.
Yeah, there are.
Okay. So, yeah, I know we're normally a very EFA-heavy podcast, but go watch some AFLE games, ladies and gentlemen, because they're going to be playing football this weekend.
We got the
might as well.
Alpine Rams visiting the Wrocław Panthers.
They're about
the
to
Rhine Fire visiting the Paris Lights.
Paris going to get waxed, okay.
And then there might be dead bodies. The Vienna Vikings
Vienna playing
to Firenze.
Oh yeah, no, we might have to file some missing person reports. There might be a homicide, might be a couple of homicides.
I'll read off the last 5 games for Firenze. 62-0 against the Panthers. At least that wasn't 63-3 or 64-3. That'd be horrible. 49-3 against Berlin. 44-34
against Berlin.
Yes.
Oh,
Sullivan is the leading passer in the AFLE.
Hey, shout out Sully.
And John Cole is his wide receiver who's just balling out. We saw him on Fairmont last year. And then only a 10-point loss to London, but then 48-7 to Panthers.
Okay.
And then London also beat them 51-26. None of their games have really been close.
Yeah.
Then on the other side, the Vikings, 28-16 against Rhine, 56-6 against Paris, 45-7 against Berlin, who beat Firenze 49-3 if you weren't paying attention previously. 62-10 against London, 47-20 against the Rams. So, Ben, if you're listening, drop 100.
I want to see it.
Drop 100.
Please.
Break the score bug. Have it triple digit. I want you to have 8 touchdown passes.
I would be thrilled. You know what? I know that we are normally an EFA pod, but yeah, Ben, if you can get the team to triple digits next week or this week, there will be some awards waiting for you on our end. Friend of the pod, Ben Holmes.
I don't know what AI they're using for their model projection. What do you think the predicted score of this game is for their AI model? I want both of you to answer.
It's hard to I would like to give the answer that I want to give, but I have a feeling AI doesn't know what it's talking about.
I mean, it's taking in all the data that they have. So
okay, so
it's using all the correct data that the stats wise that the AI.
I'm gonna go 73-3.
Okay, Tanner.
60-0.
Okay. Matchup forecast. How heavy? What percentage do you think Vienna is favored over Firenze out of 100?
98%.
98.
Yeah, sure. 98.
What about 93%? They are favored to win. Firenze has a 7% chance, and the projected final score 37-19.
I mean, it might be 37-19 because they probably will just pull all their starters in the second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they may not even have their starters take the field. For being honest about it,
they might. Yeah.
Why risk Ben getting hurt?
Yeah. Ben has been pulled in the second half. I think how many games have they played? 8. I think 6 out of the 8 games. I think the 2 Rhine Fire games he did not get pulled, but Vienna's been holding back. We all know that they could easily score 80 points a game.
They could drop a hundo. They could for sure.
Ben not leading in, not being the leading passer this year. We know.
Yeah, that is you just need to know ball to understand.
Yeah, for him, he 22-2 TD to interception ratio, great. But to only have 2,000 yards in 8 games,
And
Come
I
on.
know at least one of those 2 interceptions, because I remember seeing it, was definitely a fuck it ball where they were up big, and he was like, somebody's open down there. Maybe Noah can go get this.
Former NFL tight end is probably down there.
Yeah.
But Ben Holmes has 207 attempts and is only 170 yards behind Sullivan, who has 70 more attempts than he does.
Jesus Christ.
I do want to point out something funny about the standings is, Vienna's undefeated. They haven't lost a game. Rhine only has 2 losses, both of them to Vienna. Those are their only 2 losses. And the Panthers only have 2 losses, one of them to Vienna, one of them to Rhine. So you kind of know what the league is already at this point.
I mean, it goes to both leagues. We knew going into the season, both of these leagues, we knew the championship game.
Yeah.
And here we go, talking ourselves back into the circle that we always do. And that's my cue to wrap up the show. Is once we start bitching about the 2 different leagues.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Please drop 100. That's all I ask.
Fair enough. Please drop a hundo. We would love it. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. This has been Danny, Tanner, and Jordan saying you can follow us on social media. That's what we're saying to you. We're at 4thdown_pod on Twitter and at 4thdownfiasco on TikTok and Instagram. But thanks so much for listening. We will talk to y'all next week.
Hugs and kisses.
Peace.